Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel called Zuzanareacts, where I learn all things Bharat with your help, and I just share my Slovak Central European point of view. So today's video is about a very interesting topic. I'm quite curious to learn more about it, and it's about how Modi is actually picking up his cabinet. So he has some remarkable prime ministers, apparently. So I know really only Jaishankar, which you guys know that I am a big fan, and I feel like, he can actually be the voice in Europe for people that cannot voice really and say out loud what he's able to do. So to me, he's actually voice for the people that have been silenced in the West. And yeah, and I believe I would love to see if this is actually the leadership that India needs. And let's look into that, like how Modi puts his gems together. But before we do,
please like this video and click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Thank you so much for your support.
right, let's get into it.
The Navratnas, or the Nine Gems, was a term used for 9 individuals with extraordinary talents in various fields, who served in an emperor's court in Bharat. Today, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, has also adopted a similar style of the Navratna delegation.
Somewhere Europe has to grow out of the mindset that Europe's problems are the world's problems. But the world's problems are not Europe's problems.
The politics is an instrument of socio-economic reform.
Problem? Why should it be a problem? If I'm smart enough to have multiple options, you should be admiring me. You shouldn't be criticizing.
Don't feel any pressure. Modi's government doesn't feel the pressure. We are the 5th largest economy in the world.
Many of the Modi government's cabinet ministers have earned a name for themselves, from Ajit Doval's strategic doctrine of defensive offense to Nitin Gadkari's transformative infrastructure projects to S. J. Shankar's diplomatic prowess. They have been commended for their performances, and not just the second-term 2019 cabinet, the 2014 cabinet as well. This points out a very important quality of good leadership: delegation, the ability to pick the right people for the right job. And a few leaders like Modi have mastered this quality, but there's a unique way in which he has to make it happen. To understand the Modi art of delegation, we must first understand India's system for cabinet selection. India follows the parliamentary system, a model it was more familiar with, thanks to the British. Now, the merits and demerits of presidential and parliamentary systems could be debated for a long time, but when it comes to this particular aspect of cabinet selection, the scales lean in favor of the presidential system. In a presidential system, members of the cabinet are chosen by the president. For example, in America, President Joe Biden's cabinet includes Vice President Kamala Harris, along with the heads of the 15 executive departments. So, the president can appoint the most talented people to the cabinet. This isn't the same case in a parliamentary system like India, where electability is an important factor. While members of the Lok Sabha, the lower house of parliament, are elected directly by the voters, members of the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the parliament, are elected indirectly by the people, i.e. by the elected members of the state legislative assemblies. Meaning, if not elected into either the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, they cannot become a cabinet minister. So, in the parliamentary system, no matter how talented or capable someone is, to become a cabinet minister, he or she has to be a member of either of the houses of the parliament, for which they need to get politically elected. Because of this difference in the parliamentary system, the skills to get politically elected may not be the same skills to run the ministry and become a capable minister. But this is where Modi developed his trademark style of delegation, by bringing the specialists on board through the Rajya Sabha. Much like the Navratnas, these specialists are people with proven track records in their respective fields. Modi realized that certain important ministries like external affairs need special expertise, which a purely political person cannot offer. Plus, with Modi, who has himself become this larger-than-life figure for the Indian voter, he can keep recruiting more talents into the cabinet without having them worry about getting elected, so they can focus on the job at hand while he absolves them of the need to get politically elected. Many ministers, such as External Affairs Minister S. J. Shankar, Railways Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, are brought in through the Rajya Sabha, where unlike the Lok Sabha, they don't have to fight elections themselves. Their party takes care of that with the MLAs. Although there are similar examples of such specialists who were brought into India's cabinet through the Rajya Sabha, former PM Manmohan Singh, too, was brought on board as the finance minister in 1991, when India had foreign reserves barely enough to meet 2 weeks' worth of imports.
Wow.
Even though Modi became the prime minister in 2014, in his first tenure, he was still considered new amongst the other senior leaders of the BJP, like Arun Jaitley and Sushma Swaraj, which led to them holding important portfolios in the cabinet. So, Modi might not have had the influence to bring on board whichever specialists he wanted. To shape India's military and security policy, he picked India's most decorated spy, a man who'd proven himself on the field and at the desk, Ajit Doval. With Doval at the helm, India adopted his defensive offense strategy. In 2019, he was even extended the rank of cabinet minister in his second stint as national security advisor. And in 2024, he again retained his rank in the Modi 3.0 cabinet. In his second term, after winning with an overwhelming majority, Modi shifted gears again, realizing the need of more experts. His first pick of a specialist was a fresh bureaucrat turned politician who would go on to become a social media sensation in India. Jaishankar proved his diplomatic prowess in articulating India's pragmatic position in the Russia-Ukraine war. But his biggest achievement came in February 2024, when India rescued 8 Indian Navy personnel from Qatar. Then in July 2021, in the cabinet reshuffle, Modi upped the ante by bringing more bureaucrats aboard. He promoted Hardeep Singh Puri, who had previously served as the permanent representative of India to the United Nations, and made him in charge of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. His was an important role which helped India secure its energy requirements during the Russia-Ukraine war. Former Union Home Secretary Raj Kumar Singh was given the responsibility of the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, and Ashwini Vaishnaw was appointed as the Minister of Electronics and Information Technology and Minister of Communications. Later, Railways was also added to his portfolios. All of them are former diplomats or bureaucrats. Many of them have retained their portfolios in the Modi 3.0 cabinet. Modi's fondness for bureaucrats is quite well known. He has long depended on them to recruit capable talents to politics. In fact, on various occasions, he has himself addressed the bureaucrats to work for the people instead of the government in power.
एक ब्यूरोक्रेट के तौर पर, एक सरकारी कर्मचारी के तौर पर, अब आपको अपने हर निर्णय में कुछ सवालों का अवश्य ध्यान रखना ही पड़ेगा.
But it's not just the Modi cabinet. The PMO office has a burgeoning number of bureaucrats. Modi's former principal secretary during the term from 2014 to 2019, Nipendra Misra, and his current principal secretary, P.K. Mishra, are both IAS officers. Many of the PMO officers, like Bhaskar Kulbi, T.V. Somanthahan, Tarun Bajaj, and A.K. Sharma, were handpicked by Modi himself. Almost all the PMO officials, from advisors to additional secretaries and joint secretaries, have been former civil servants. In 2018, Shantikanta Das, widely regarded as one of India's most powerful civil servants, was appointed as the RBI governor. But that's not all. The Modi government's roster of national spokespersons is second to none. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Sambit Patra, Shahzad Poonawalla, Nalin Kohli are some of the spokespeople who have regularly made appearances on national television. The team is made up of economists, lawyers, Supreme Court advocates, civil servants, and even Rajya Sabha MPs. Critical thinking, up-to-date knowledge of history, politics, everyday happenings, tonality, and debating skills are very important skills for spokespeople. They have outclassed not only their counterparts from opposition, but also the anchors on numerous occasions, and have hence proved to be valuable assets for the media teams. From the cabinet to Prime Minister's office to his media team, Modi has been pretty successful at hand-picking the right people for the job, and they have gone on to produce excellent results for him. He had highlighted that he was successful as the Chief Minister of Gujarat because of his delegation.
मेरे पास कोई काम नहीं है जी, मैं कोई काम सरकार का नहीं करता हूँ. मेरी टीम को मैं काम दे दिया है, सभी मंत्री स्वतंत्र हैं. हाँ, हम सप्ताह में एक दिन बैठते हैं, सब मिलकर के डिस्कस करते हैं, इवैल्यूएट करते हैं और फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं.
This was said in an interview before Modi became the Prime Minister in 2014, and since then, he has been able to back it up.
All right. Very interesting. You know what caught my attention? That he selects people and he says to them, like, you have to work for the people. interesting about the parliamentary system, I was not aware how it actually works. I don't think that's how it works in Slovakia. But you get to be elected as a prime minister because your party got elected and you form coalition, and then the people from the coalition party, they nominate a person that, within the coalition, they have what we call coalition agreement, and they pick a person that is going to go to a different ministry. But from at least this video, and I wonder how you guys feel, it feels like he really knows what he is doing. And the fact that he's encouraging for those jams to serve people, I think it's a big sign of leadership. At least to me, that's kind of what it looks like. So obviously, I really only know much Jay Shankar, and if the rest is as smart, and I think that the petroleum minister, I've done one video on him as well. He seemed incredibly smart. And I really like the fact that he's picking up experts. For example, in Slovakia, that's been the biggest debate of like our politics, that the people that are usually ministers are not experts in their field. That's kind of what they claim every time, and that's perhaps why the country looks the way it does. But I feel like this is, at least for me, very inspirational. And I wonder what you guys think. How do you feel about his abilities to pick? Obviously, I can only see G. Shankar, and I think that he really does speak the truth. Just for us in the Europe, we can't say that out loud. And but I don't really know the rest. So I'd love to know what you guys think about his pick. And in totality, obviously, you have more of an insight. You live there. You understand what's happening over there. Like, how do you feel those gyms? Do you feel like that they're really experts in the field? Like, things have dramatically changed since those people are or have been holding the office? I would love to know that in the comments below. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you did enjoy, please give a thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, please do take care. Sending peace and love. Bye.